So, it's Sunday, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Yes, for the last 2 days, it looks like I would have worn the same polo shirt, but that is just because I'm recording in bulk on Saturday, so I can actually have a day off on Sunday, believe it or not. Anyway, I want to talk about the live stream that we had on Friday, things that were good about it and bad about it. Do you know what? It wasn't a bad live stream. I think ultimately some of the things that really kind of shone out to me was the art team doing just a great job of kind of letting us know what's going on with them. Of course, teasers for stuff that's coming on, and also we did have that little announcement of that Daredevil type event, which was, was nice. That's nice to find out about that Daredevil stuff. But there does seem to be like a disconnect between what players actually want to see from improvements. Yes, okay, side quest stuff. Yes, okay, this kind of light essence stuff, but there's a spending element to it which isn't great. The saga in general, the Phoenix rework, and some other things as well. And that's all fine. Like, I'm happy to know about events that are coming up. That's fantastic. That is what we want to see. Loads of little things. Something endgame content for those endgame players. Something kind of like mid content wise that people can like get involved with say the voting system, with the thing. Well, actually, something that wasn't mentioned was the Loki Charms event, which we'll cover on Monday. No, we covered in a video on Saturday. The Dark Plumes chase. So there was a few things to kind of like whet our appetites with stuff that is coming to the game. But ultimately, there was a lot of stuff that was just missing. Now, this isn't about like my opinion. I'll be talking about my opinion, but also I'll be bringing in your opinion from the comments in the community tab post that I did on Friday. So we'll be bringing in what you have to say, not just what I have to say. So there's a lot of things that I talk about and other people are talking about. It's kind of weird. No, it's not weird, but it's good to see that there are other people that are talking about something like similar to me when it comes to like, is the Paragon Gauntlet Thronebreaker difficulty just not feeling like it's worth the kind of the grind and the time, because people have lives. It's not just about being a content creator nowadays, but like doing content creation when it comes to doing these videos happens at the weekend for me, and also is the evenings, because I decided to go back and do a 9 to 5, and it was an unexpected 9 to 5 that came out of nowhere, but it is something that is just a really important job. I'll talk about it next year because it is only for a 12-month contract. Hopefully it continues on, but it's for a year, so then we can talk about like, is it good, is it bad, will I be going back to full-time content creation, will I be looking for another job? I don't know. I haven't made the decisions yet. I'm just in the moment enjoying the job that I'm doing during the normal hours, but then having the time to then play becomes a little bit of an issue when it comes to farming stuff, taking part in content and other things like that. Something that was I think a very important thing. Like, there was somebody on the forums, Royal Rose, who said, as the title suggests, what the hell is Kabam thinking currently? Every month they're releasing new endgame content, either to burn everyone's wallet, to make them grind revives and units for 24/7, while ignoring the casual game mode, which actually makes the game enjoyable. BG, AQ, side quest, monthly quest. Endgame content are good for the game only when it releases in 6 months. Releasing endgame content every month is too much stressful and time or money consuming. Now, I do feel a little bit burnt out at the moment trying to constantly chase for Epoch of Pain, because it's not content necessarily designed for me. I want to find something that I enjoy. Incursions isn't rewarded in the same way it needs to be. The also grind for side quest doesn't have a lot of the key endgame materials that where my roster is, I can't develop it. It's either farm units, wait until the end of the year and get some stuff for free, or take part in the endgame content to kind of start building up my rank for 7 stars, which is slow. It's a slow process, a slow burn to get the stuff for it. People may disagree with that one, and I think that a lot of people disagreed with it. And Kabam putting it out now means that they're saying you don't have to do it now. But yeah, this is a very good like point here. Like, honestly, unless you are diving into that content, and that's the big kind of part there, the game has become boring as F. And also, I think that people were looking forward. It could be Act 9.2, and it's not. But that's the issue, isn't it? Maybe people were looking for Act 9.2. Maybe the part is you don't have to do endgame content or do them at your own pace. I'm trying to do mine at my own pace in around other things that I've got. But the again point is, and we go back to the live stream, is what was missing. And the same thing keeps on emerging. And let's be frank here. Casual gameplay or casual players don't have anything that's substantially making them gains. Things don't really align with the time you invest into what you get back from it. Battlegrounds for a lot of players has become redundant or not interested because of the rewards and things that you get back from it. You will have to go into it at a later point, and Kabam haven't really given an indication about the rewards buff to all the different areas that need to be buffed. Instead, they've gone a May Valiant, which is somewhat of a nugget of hope for the future. But when it comes to quality of life improvements, the AI situation, like those are key things, and just general gameplay functionality, improving modes, Battlegrounds improvements when it comes to mode pace. And I actually want to bring in this right here from Killabeezy. Like I saw this the other day and I thought, oh my god, like this is awful. When you consider here, I spent 1 hour, 30 minutes recording Battlegrounds and only got to play 4 matches, right? That, to me, is such a waste of time. Whether Kabam like the idea of time being measured as a point of investment, if you invest in 1 hour and 30 minutes and play other games, what you get back from it, especially a mobile game, you want to find that you're actually getting something, you know, you feel like you're making progress. And if you're not feeling you're making progress, like if you play 4 matches and you lost those 4 Battlegrounds matches, you'll feel you've made 0 progress with your time. You don't get anything back from it. And that's sad, isn't it? So yeah, all the ordeal and other kind of bits of content are coming. There is some excitement. Look, I am excited for a lot of stuff that Kabam have got coming out for March because there's some stuff to do. And that's going to make me a little bit interested in kind of getting them done when it comes to the other elements. And it's great to put new content in, but when there's things with a game that's not there, that's troubling, isn't it? And in that moment, you probably wondered, where did I go off? It was just that my neighbour was at the door and wanted to have a chat about some stuff. Anyway, let's look at what was missed out and what was hyped for you. What are you happy about, looking forward to? What are you thinking that Kabam should like answer? What was kind of like going on? So let's have a look at what you have said. First of all, Wolverine X4 says, good points, new champions, champion reworks, new gauntlet. Yeah, the reworks, that was great. A good chunk of reworks were there. Riri, yeah, fantastic. That was a great kind of like part of it. No real talk, a lot of yapping. The pre-recorded segment, I think that's difficult because Kabam crashed, was having a holiday, and yeah, no mention of the Valiant difficulty. In great detail, no. Rewards-wise, they'll probably save that till May, and no mention of 9.2, which I think is like, that's an important element to it as well. I would have liked to have seen, and also like my painful, biased thoughts are vote X23. Okay, this is good. Okay, I wanted a clear indication about the state of AI and some concrete evidence of what has been done thus far to address it, and wanted to know what we can expect in terms of time frame of when it will be fixed. I think this is, as I did say, I think it was December and January and going into last month, and what we're going into this month is I want to find out where we're up to this. I just want to find out where we're up to. I wanted them to discuss what I believe was the purposeful bug on Ares. So that is, it's a point, isn't it? And of course, that got compensated against, what was the general issues around that particular champion, because it wasn't pleasant, was it, at all? I wanted to know whether this bug was there when they let content creators practice on him, and people got to practice him at the summit. Now, I only found that out, I think it was last month. Other than that, I didn't know that was the case, that players got to play him firsthand. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, nothing was talked about. The endgame content they talked about in the forums is the gauntlet. I just hope that it's not too difficult. We already got Epoch of Pain to get through. That's true. Whether you like it or not. They need to buff rewards, and I think that's a good point as well. That was not mentioned. Different modes, Battlegrounds we mentioned, and other stuff like that. This is a bit to the point here. The selling of stuff. There was a lot of things that seemed to be very much monetized orientated, which was a bit of a, I think we've got this is it. There's a forum post already about this. Frankly, aggressive monetization, which usually I'm fine with, but I feel like this stream took it a bit too far. paid Phoenix dupe, 1 paid Cyclops, 1 paid Idol, 1 paid Daredevil Hell's Kitchen. I would implore anybody, if you are getting a 7-star Awakening gem, save it, okay? Save it for stuff like this. If that's the case, it might save you money if you're only looking to spend to get one of them, or getting the free-to-play option in general. So like if you get a good Awakening gem for, say, Cyclops dupe is important, Phoenix dupe's important, save back those Awakening gems that you get from Epoch of Pain and other stuff, because it just means it minimizes any spend orientated with it. Back to what you guys are saying, other than Bastion and Jean, everything else is recycled content. That's a fair point. Yeah, there's not been anything that stands out that's been different. It's like it's either been objectives, or it's going to be, say, a quest that you go and do, or it's going to be do a certain point in Battlegrounds to get this, this, and this. Like that's kind of like how it's been. Need Doctor Strange rework over Cyclops? Well, he didn't win the vote, sadly. Looking forward to Valiant event quest and the Bastion and Jean Grey. Hopefully optimistic. The new Idol character. No faith until I see it's good or not everything else. Okay. 95% of the stream was them showing the new champion or presenting paid offers. They announced 2 new things in Nightmare Raids and Ordeal, but spent no time explaining them or presenting the rewards. I'd give it a 1 out of 10 just because the new champions look cool. Otherwise, it was time wasted. Ooh. No mention of story content, but the champions look sick. Bastion and Jean Grey, I agree. And this new Idol champion and a rework of one of the 7 champions would be cold. Anyway. Okay. This is a bit extreme. Marvel should take the license away from Kabam. I don't think they're ever going to do that at all. But thanks for commenting and being around to interact. And there's also a few other kind of like comments off the back of here, going into some details of things. And yeah, like there's some stuff that worked for people and didn't. And the question was, why was there a pre-recorded part of Kabam Crash wasn't able to make the stream, so they that's kind of reiterating what we said. Anyway, okay. There was some, as we said, there's some stuff that was good, and there was some good stuff. I think we can all agree with that. For me, the art team stuff, love it. That was great. But then the other March things, okay, we got some stuff for the future. Okay, we got the new Saga Chase. But then there's just the fundamental gameplay, swiping, tapping, defender movements. AI has been ass for ages and continue to be ass. Like, what's happening with that? Then there's going to be the other side of things of money. Like, these money deals are just becoming a bit frustrating. Modes need to be improved. Rewards need to be improved for said modes. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in MCOC to make it more palatable from how you experience it. If you've got the time, if you've got 5+ hours a day, I think you're fine. If you've only got like 3 hours, 2-3 hours, you'll probably find that you'll be able to get there, but it's like a bit stressful at times. If you've only got 1 hour to play in the game, you're looking at it from a point of view of, what do I go and do to increase my roster, my kind of progression, because you will feel that 1 hour is not enough. So you can't go to the side quest and pick up tier 7 basics or fragments of it. Yes, you'll be getting tier 4 alpha if you're Valiant, Paragon, whatever, but then trying to just make gains becomes troubling. What the Valiant difficulty will do, I don't know. Will you be presented with the same issues as before, where you do that and find you're not getting anything of substance from it? What will be the future from that data? Anyway, what are your thoughts? Put it in the comments when it comes to the live stream itself and whether it ticks some boxes. What was there for you? What was missing? But there are some nice stuff when it comes to reworks and other things that Kabam are doing. It's just for me, fundamentals of the game, the modes, the gameplay, the fighting elements of it just need to be improved and will be there. But without knowing what Kabam are up to, we're in a bit of a pickle, aren't we? Thoughts and comments. See you later.